Hello, my fellow goof people, and welcome to another exciting episode of After the Show Review Star Wars Andor, Episode 12, the Series 1 finale. And folks, we got a good one for you. The show has just ended, and we are going to get into this. So there might be some spoilers, there might not be. You don't know. But I want to just remind you all down below in the description box, there are two channels for you to check out. Check out the Post Geek Singularity that is procured and hosted by the captain himself, Robert Marbinet. And if you don't know who he is, Google him. He's a great guy too. Good friend of the channel, good friend to me. And I thank him for all his continued support and encouragement of me doing a channel. On his channel, the Post Geek Singularity, for as low as 99 cents, you too can become a member of the channel, where every other weekend there is a members only Zoom chat that goes for 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5. The last one they did was almost 6 hours long. And the last one went for 6 hours. 6 hours, my friends. Almost 6 hours, I should say. Almost. And on the Post Geek Singularity, there are shows that Rob does. Midnight Musings, Midnight Metal, Robservations, Let's Get Physical Media. He's got a show on it. It's 97% Spanish called Que Pasa PGS. And also, that is on the alternate Saturdays that there is not a Zoom call. That show is. But every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, right on the Post Geek Singularity, you can find Ladies of the PGS, where Midnight Musings co-host RM hosts a show with her co-host Lorena Creole of the Lorena Creole channel. Check that channel out too, by the way. And it's like an hour long. It's called Ladies of the PGS, and they pick out some topics and they discuss them. And it's a great discussion. And if you come to the channel and you watch it, you can join in the discussion with them and talk with the people in the chat about whatever the topic is. So come do that. And speaking of RM, who is a friend of mine, friend of the channel, great person to be around. I'm her co-collaborator on her channel. I moderate for her. Her channel is called Positive Fandom. And she does unboxings. She does movie reviews, television show reviews, out of the theater reviews, channel reactions, and so much more. But every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, you can find her on the Positive Fandom channel live with her co-host Russell Whitfield doing Sunday Brunch Live, which is a show where they parlay all the pop culture that is fit to parlay in one show on a Sunday morning. Be there, come watch it live, be part of the conversation, send in a chat, send in a tip. All the details are down below. We would like you to join us. And if you have a YouTube channel, or you're on Twitter, or you've got an Instagram feed, let us know, and we will promote it for you. Because on Positive Fandom, we embrace creators as well. That being said, we are already 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this review. Let's get into it, shall we? So, Andor, uh, 12 episodes, like almost 12 hours, maybe 11 and a half, 12 hours of purely awesome television, intense television, as I may have said in the past. And it is television that is well worth it. Some people say they don't like it. It's not Star Wars. Well, it starts off slow. Yes, it's called world building. It's called character building. And if you can't do that, you don't have a show. You have to build your characters. You have to build your world. And honestly, it's done in such a way that you not only embrace what you're seeing, but you enjoy it. Um, you get to know the characters when you do when the show starts off slow. When a show starts off slow and you get to know the characters, you get to know the world, you know your players, you know who's who and who's what, and that way you become more invested in them, and you become to a point where you're like, okay, so is this character gonna die? Is this character gonna die? Who's good? Who's bad? Uh, um, we had Mon Mothra on the show, who, as we all know, will end up going and becoming a big part of the rebellion. Cassian Andor, who is from Rogue One. We know where Cassian ends up. We know where Mon Mothra ends up. This show shows you how did they get there from here to there, and what were the circumstances, and and what brought them into that that situation. And this 12th episode, the series one finale, was fan freaking tastic. It had, just like the rest of the show. The rest of the show, season one, you had a heist. You had Andor going to prison. You had a prison break. This one, you began to see that little seed of the rebellion begin. And I think this week's winner, this week's person who deserves a nomination for an award, is Fiona Shaw, who was in the episode. Spoiler alert. She's in the episode and she gives a speech. This arc of shows has given us a plethora of speeches that take you to a whole other level of just mouth gaping. What the hell am I listening to? And why is this so amazing? And why is this so enthralling? This whole show had that looming threat of uncertainty from the beginning to end. You don't know who's going to live, who's going to who's going to survive, who's going to die, and that uncertainty feeling, that feeling of dread of not knowing what's going to happen. One of my favorite things in the show. This show it was like stress. It was stress, but a good stress, because it's It's not appointment television. It's sitting forward television. It's when you're sitting like this and you're watching and you begin to see what is going on. And you're like, where is this going? And you're you're in it. You're in it for the duration of it. And I want to say that there have been times that I've watched this show where I've been like, this uncertainty, this dread, it's making me not want to watch the show. But I can't stop watching it because it is that good. And I'm glad I stuck with it. I mean, I really like Andor, but there were times when I was like, this is some of this is boring, some of this they could do without, some of this they could have made into its own show. But I'm glad they kept it in because I was with the show. I stayed with it and I was like, okay, well, where's this going? And what is my investment into it? What is my goal of this? And my goal was it was like a good book, if I could put it this way. Like I recently read the Stephen King book Fairy Tale, which by the way, a review is coming. At the time of recording this, a review is being written up as it is, and a video will be coming soon. And this is 2 months later, 3 months later, a month later, a year, two, whatever. It should already be a review somewhere on the channel, but it is coming. Um, it's like this book where I would literally have to stop myself from reading and force myself to go to bed. But I didn't want to because I wanted to see where the plot was going to take me, where the characters were going to go. And this show here, Andor, was one of those shows where I wanted to see where these characters were going. I wanted to see where they were going to take me. I think, honestly, and I'll be really honest about this. Mon Mothma is a great character. I think there should have been a separate spin-off. I think there should have been a spin-off of Andor that was a Mon Mothma show where you see her rise to where she's going to go. I sort of felt her scenes slowed down the show a little bit, but I didn't mind them. But I can see where they were going, and I see where they're going, but I was interested in seeing where her character went. She had a massive 400,000 credits or whatever it is missing. And the one thing that she could do to fix that problem is and to get the empire off her back, is she blamed her husband for gambling. So she sort of sold him down the river. She threw him under the bus. And the only other way that she could get out of this was she had to, unfortunately, marry off her daughter or give her daughter away to a local gambler or mobster, to his son, and marry them off early, which is something she didn't want to do. She didn't want that line of that circle being completed where, like her life, she was forced to marry someone she didn't want to marry. So the show had arranged marriages in it, which is something I wasn't expected to see in Star Wars. So you had an arranged marriage. You had someone who was in financial trouble and was afraid that she would be found out about what she was doing. You had the Emperor mentioned 5 times within the series. You had the most amazing in this episode the most amazing funeral procession, and it was beautiful. And then you saw Fiona Shaw's hologram come up and just tell them, fight, fight the bastards, fight the empire. You can do this. Don't sleep. Don't let them take over. This is your planet, your world. You want to live your life. You just want to go about your day. You don't need these people there. Fight for it. Which, honestly, in this day and age, is something that we need to hear. We need to hear that we need to fight for it. You need to fight for what you believe in, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're black, whether you're white. It's not about sitting back and thinking, hey, let these people do it. They'll take care of it. It's about getting involved. And she just wanted the people that she knew to not let people walk over them. And I think these days people tend to do that. You know, this is woke. Well, why is it woke? It's just woke. You don't give a opinion on why it's woke. You just say it's woke. And honestly, I'm sick of hearing that term. I'm going to be honest. And like I said before, you don't have to agree with any of my reviews. You know, it's just an opinion. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, it's okay to not like something that someone else likes, and it's okay to like something someone else doesn't like. It's okay to like something, and it's okay not to like something. You know, as the great Mikey Lito of the Mikey Lito Live YouTube channel, if you look up Mikey Lito Live, he has a saying. It's called "Watch your content, form your own opinion," and that's a great view on life. Watch your environment, watch your world around you, form your own opinion. You know, don't listen to the guy down the street. Don't listen to Joe so and so. Go inside your heart and in your mind and make your own opinion and your own thoughts and go for it. Now, that being said, I'm stepping off my soapbox. So I went on a rant there, folks. I think that what we have with Andor is a special show. It's very special because it's if Rogue One is like the prequel to Episode 4, A New Hope, if it's the opening crawl to that, then Andor is your appetizer. No, Andor is your snack. You don't know. Hold on. Andor is your hors d'oeuvres. Rogue One is your appetizer. Episode 4, A New Hope, and on is your main course. And I can't stop thinking about this show. Like, we got to see Deidre, She-Wolf of the ISB. And if you don't know what that means, look up She-Wolf. Ilsa She-Wolf. Just look it up. You'll know what I'm talking about. You had Cyril. Creepy Cyril. He is back. But then you see why he's being creepy. You had all these factions coming together. And I think they knew what was going to happen was going to happen. I think everybody planned on this rebellion, this attack that happened. And this was an episode that uh, heartbreaking watching that funeral, but then it got so good. And there's an ending to this show like you wouldn't believe, which, by the way, stay to the end of the credits. There is a post-credit scene on this show that'll make you say, holy crud. What am I watching? What is happening here? What is this? And it's a jaw dropper. I think this is one of the best episodes. I mean, the episodes have been getting so good throughout the series. Season 2 has already started filming. It started filming as of the 22nd of November of 2022. Season 2 has begun filming, and it'll keep going till next summer. It's a long shoot. And I was talking to someone about this today, and they're like, I don't understand why it's so long. And I said, well, there's going to be time jumps in season 2. Someone said, well, they can de-age or age someone. I said, well, maybe it's different worlds. Maybe it's, you got to also put into mind, it's going to be 12 episodes again. And you have effects as well. And my friend went, you're right. Okay, I could see that. So they've already begun season 2, which will have some time jumps, which will lead right up to where we meet Andor, Cassian Andor, in Rogue One. And then after season 2 comes out, what you do is you watch season 1, season 2 back to back, and then you go into Rogue One, and it'll all fit seamlessly. So it'll seem like one big movie. And I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see where season 2 is going to go and what happens to these characters. It's going to be fun. And like I said, this was an intense episode. It was a great episode. There's lots of action, lots of surprises. Totally off the wall. So I want to thank you all for watching. This has been great. A great season to end series 1 of Star Wars Andor. I want to thank, as always, you, the folks who watch my channel and support it and like and put comments in. I want to thank Robert Meyer Burnett, the captain, the viceroy, the Santa of sci-fi, your Zelig of zombies, the prospector of hot toys. Robert Meyer Burnett, thank you very much for being support of my channel and a good friend as well. I want to thank RM for always supporting the channel and putting a comment in and just being a good friend. And you're welcome for supporting your channel as well. I hope a lot of you go to see her channel and check it out. Details are down below in the description box, where you can check out those channels and check out the links that go with them. Send in a tip. Send in a letter to Rob. Watch the show. And remember, folks, you don't have to agree with me on anything. You know, it's totally up to you. Watch the content, form your own opinion. Thank you, Mikey Lito, for that as well. I want to thank you all for watching, and I guess we will be seeing you next time in what, a year or two? with season 2, series 2, episode 1 of Andor, and I hope to see you there. So until next time, please remember, we are all goof people. Thank you, and have a pleasant tomorrow. Goodbye, folks, and enjoy yourselves.